Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinardata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
Central bank seeks to withdraw excess liquidity. When the Central Bank of Iraq is removing excess liquidity, that's taking in dinar, what does that do? Enhances the value of the currency supply and demand. Reduce the note count, the value goes up. That's the way it's always worked and it always will emo. Really doesn't matter what the articles say concerning positive versus negative. What is extremely important is that they are talking about the lifting of the exchange rate. That is the point, that is the key, whether it be for or against it. They are talking about it because it is real. Al-Sudani postpones his visit to the United Kingdom due to regional and international developments. Iraqi authorities close Green Zone gate amid Shiite protests over Nasrallah's assassination. Things are so bad Iraq has now had to close the Green Zone. We haven't heard about them closing the Green Zone in at least 2-3 years. They've been open that long. CBI won't just remove 3 zeros without adjusting the nominal exchange rate and then adding purchasing power to the dinar. A rate change to you and me. We might call it an RV, though their endgame is reinstatement. This guy is just referring to swapping out currency for Iraqis only. He's not taking into account what happens to the dinar internationally. To an Iraqi, removing 3 zeros is just taking old dinar out of circulation and replacing it with smaller bills, digital payments. That's why this guy is talking about a partial peg. The CBI is talking about a pure float. He's only looking at half the process. This article is addressed to Iraqis only. Emo, of course. They're giving them a date of when they're going to stop the auctions, the window. Now they tell them we're lifting 3 zeros, you're getting purchasing power. They tell them you're getting the HCL. Then they go a step further and they said our currency is going to be stronger than the Jordanian dinar. It's going to be more than Jordan's currency. I believe they're going to reach the rear through the float at around $4.25. On the banking side, we are seeing a lot of rates over the weekend. Everything from 0.00076. I know of 3 different banks whose foreign currency trackers show $3.57 over the weekend again. We cannot exchange it yet, but it certainly appears to be headed that direction. What would happen to the Iraqi dinar if the zeros were removed? Comment by Dr. Mahmoud Dagger, quote, Economist Mahmoud Dagger pointed out that deleting zeros will not change the purchasing power of the dinar. Instead of carrying a bundle of 50,000 dinar notes, it will be possible to compress them into a smaller number of notes after removing the zeros, and this will not change their purchasing power. The amount of money on offer is equal to 105 trillion dinars, and after removing the zeros, the amount will be 105 billion dinars, which is exactly the same amount, and the exchange rate will change from 1320 dinars per dollar to 132 dinars per dollar. In the last week or so, there's probably 5 or 6 articles specifically talking about removing zeros from the Iraqi dinar. Quote, this is done by removing a specific number of zeros from the nominal value of the currency. From the value of the currency, not the currency notes but the value of the currency. They tell you, Iraqi citizens, there is an imminent change coming to your currency almost every day now. That is very exciting. These are the words we've only dreamed about in the last 5 years. To see them almost every day is rather shocking but very exciting right now. This is getting crazier and crazier every day with so much excitement and so much information about the monetary reform being sent directly pinpointed to you Iraqi citizens from Sudani. Security expert Qatari al-Samarmad ruled out today, Monday, the withdrawal of American forces from the Ain al-Assad base after strengthening its forces and establishing new buildings inside the base building west of Anbar. Al-Samarmad said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency that the withdrawal of U.S. forces from Ain al-Assad base is unlikely and not possible at the present time, after taking steps represented by the annexation of large areas of land near the base building and summoning additional forces to enhance its security. indicating that the U.S. administration statements in this regard are nothing but media procrastination operations far from reality. He added that, the American forces present inside the Ain al-Assad base building have prepared an unannounced plan for their forces to remain in the Ain al-Assad base, in conjunction with extending the contract to supply their forces with food supplies until 2030, indicating that their forces will remain for a long time, indicating that, what was rumored about announcing a schedule for the American withdrawal from Iraq is just talk that cannot be compared to the reality due to the existence of an unannounced American plan that refutes these incorrect statements. The Ministry of Transport, represented by the Director General of the General Company for Iraqi Ports, Farhan al-Fartusi, announced today, Monday, the completion of all sections of the project to build 5 berths within the project to establish a container terminal for the Grand Foul port.